Protein treatments, bond building treatments, reconstructors, they all help to strengthen the hair, but how and when do you use them? Well, in today's video, I break it all down for you. So if you've ever asked yourself that question, keep watching this video. Let's start with the basics. What is a protein treatment? Protein treatments are designed to strengthen your hair by filling in gaps or weak spots in your hair shaft. Hair is made of keratin, which is a type of protein. Over time, things like heat, chemicals, color, or even rough detangling can cause your hair to lose that protein, leaving it weak, limp, or prone to breakage. But here's where it gets interesting. Not all protein treatments are the same. So you have your regular protein treatments. Think of these as surface level muscle. They coat and reinforce the cuticle with protein. Then you have your bond builders, such as Olaplex. These go deeper and help to rebuild internal broken disulfide bonds in the hair. And reconstructors, these are the heavyweights. They are intensive treatments meant for severe damage, usually combining strong protein and moisture. Now let's break down the protein types because this matters. You have hydrolyzed proteins. These proteins are small enough to actually bind to your hair. This is what is found in most protein masks or treatments. And then you have animal-based proteins like keratin, collagen, and silk. These are great for high porosity or color-treated hair. They mimic your hair's natural structure. Next up are plant-based proteins such as soy, wheat, or quinoa. These are gentler, which makes them ideal for finer hair or low porosity types that get overwhelmed easily. And lastly, we're going to put this in the category synthetic peptides or bonders, like this one that I'm going to pop on the screen, which is found in Olaplex. It's not a protein, but a bond rebuilder, and this is essential to use after bleaching or relaxing your hair. Now let's talk about porosity, because porosity determines not only how your hair absorbs and holds moisture, but also protein. High porosity hair, think bleached, colored, or super dry, loves protein, but needs it balanced with moisture. Low porosity hair is resistant to absorbing anything, so it needs lighter proteins and steam to help open the cuticle. Now, if you have normal porosity, which is ideal, you have the best of both worlds. It responds well to routine protein treatments without overdoing it. Quick pause. If you're ready to take your hair care routine to the next level, make sure you check out my Healthy Hair Planner. I have it linked in the description below. It helps you track your wash days, products that you use, ingredients, porosity, what works, what doesn't, so you'll never waste your time or money guessing. All right, back to the video. Let's talk about timing and frequency, because overdoing protein is real and it's not cute. Light protein treatments can be used once a week or every other week. They're great for maintenance, but this is only recommended if you have extremely damaged high porosity hair. When it comes to using deep reconstructors, once a month at most, or only when you've had a major color service, relaxer, or heat damage. So if your hair is relatively healthy, you don't need to use deep reconstructors frequently at all. When it comes to using bond builders, you can use these before or after chemical service, or every 2 to 4 weeks, depending on how damaged your hair is. I like to incorporate using these when I have clients who use heat on their hair often, like every other week or every week. Other than that, they're not something that you have to use on a regular basis unless you're doing something that's compromising the integrity of the bonds in your hair. Do not, and I repeat, do not use all 3 of these in the same week unless a professional has told you to. And even then, hydrate after, always. Always, 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 when you're using protein, follow it with moisture. Whether it's a standard protein treatment, a reconstructive treatment, or a bond building treatment. All right, let's get into how to use them. Number 1, Always clarify before a protein or bond building treatment so it can actually penetrate your hair. When it comes to using heat, be sure to follow the directions on the label. And as far as steaming with protein treatments, only if you're using a light protein treatment on low porosity hair. And as I mentioned earlier, never skip moisture after. Protein strengthens the hair, but it also stiffens your hair. Always follow up with a deep moisturizing conditioner or mask. And here's a pro tip. If your hair feels hard or crunchy after a protein treatment, you either left it on too long, didn't follow it with moisture, or your hair didn't need it. Can you use a protein treatment plus a bond builder plus a reconstructor? No, I would never advise that at home because y'all be self-diagnosing at home and be wrong half the time. I'm sorry to say it, but it's just a fact. In the salon, yes, but with caution, this is not going to happen all in the same day. So let's say you've had extreme damage because you used bleach on top of relaxed hair. You can use a bond builder first, such as Olaplex or K18, then follow up with a reconstructive treatment later that week. And on your next wash day, go in with deep moisture. But if your hair is already healthy or just dry, doing all of that is overkill. So stick to either a light protein once a month and focus on moisture weekly. Now let's talk about when to use protein and when to stop using it. Use protein if your curls are limp and lifeless, your hair is shedding more than usual, you've recently colored or chemically treated your hair, or your hair feels mushy when wet. Avoid or pause using protein if your hair feels stiff or straw-like, you notice breakage after a treatment, or you already have a balanced routine and no damage. All right, friends, that was the full rundown. We talked about protein treatments, bond builders, reconstructors, porosity, when to use, how to combine. I gave you the full breakdown. If you learned something new today, hit that like button and leave a comment telling me, yes, I learned something. And don't forget to subscribe for more healthy hair tips every single week from a licensed hairstylist. And if you're serious about transforming your hair routine, don't forget to grab your healthy hair planner, which is linked in the description. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.